It's very cool. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over 7 free fonts that completely change the quality of my design. Now I guarantee that if you get these fonts, even though you're a professional designer, your designs will improve drastically in a typographical aspect. Now I guarantee that you've never heard of some of these fonts, and without wasting much of time, let's get into these fonts. Now at number 7 we have Danville. Now this font is a very interesting one because it is blocky, energetic and fun looking, which makes it great for title text and headers in flyers and poster designs. Now if you take a look at this simple sports flyer that is on the screen right now, you see what I mean. It's very bulky and energetic, which means that it does not need a lot of elements when you are putting this in design, which is actually really good because when you are designing, less is more. So a font like Danville that minimizes your need for a lot of elements makes it great, makes it like really helpful to us designers. Now links to all these fonts will be in the description down below. So coming at number 6 we have Vertica. Now Vertica is a stark contrast to its sister name Helvetica, which is a criminally overused font. Now fun part about this font is that I used it for my brand. It is my brand font. I use it for my logo, my designs and my Instagram carousels. It has 4 weights, and as you probably guessed, it's also great for title text and body text, and as I mentioned before, it's good for logo designs. Now the reason I like this font and the reason it's on this video is because it has a modern and slender look, which makes it a must-have for all designers. Now it's also good for body text that you can put in like books or UI design or web design, but as I mentioned before, the strength of Vertica is in titles and block text. So at number 5 we have Fulllips. Now this is a very weirdly named font for a font that is equally weirdly appearing. Now it has this jagged, paintbrushy, hand-drawn feel to it, which makes it like really great considering the fact that you might have a lot of Afro designs to work with. Now I've not really seen it used for a lot of things, but the few things that I've seen it used on are birthday designs and church designs, which is actually really weird, but it works. The designs on the screen right now are done by a friend of mine who managed to use these fonts creatively in birthday design and church design. Now another great thing about this font is that it makes a great texture just because of how it looks. It makes a very really nice texture. All you have to do is write a letter or a bunch of letters, then scale it, rotate it, warp it, and you have a texture for your designs. That means you don't have to go and download a bunch of other stuff. As long as it's effective in that design, you can just use this font as a texture. Now at number 4 we have the almighty, the king of fonts, modern fonts, Montserrat. Now Montserrat is a font that I've been using for over a year now, and I can't stop because it's too clean, it's too smooth, it's everything you need in a modern font. I mean, it has a truckload of font weights as well, like I think 25 font weights, slim, tight, whatever, anyone. It has a whole lot of font weights. Now it's great for body, for block text, title text, headlines, and also it's also good for body text, and I've seen it used for countless logos. Now the great thing about Montserrat is that it's not limited to industry. For example, there are some other fonts that you can use for a sewing machine business, but you can't use for a babysitting business. But Montserrat is not that. You can use it for anything. You can use it for anything. That's one reason why I recommend you download Montserrat. Link in the description. Now, before we go on, I want to mention a bonus font. Now, this font is the font that was used in the subscribe button. Now, you can't really download this font, but what you can do is you can press that subscribe button if you are enjoying this font so far. Now, chilling right next to the king of fonts, Montserrat, is Poppins. Now, Poppins is a great font because I also use it. That's not why it's a great font. It's a great font because it's similar to Montserrat in almost every respect, except for the key difference that it is a bit fatter and a bit more curved in its in appearance. Now these fonts, Montserrat and Poppins, they go really well together. I mean, they work amazingly well together. You can use Montserrat as a body, as the headline, then use Montserrat for your body text, or you can use you can use Montserrat for your headline, then Poppins for your body text, or Poppins for your headline and Montserrat for your body text. Any one works because they look so like great together. They just blend well. So Poppins are a great font. You can use it on its own, or you can use it with Montserrat. Now at number 2 we have a font that I don't really use. I've not used it before, but I respect it enough to put it on this video, and it is Outfit Sans. Now, Outfit Sans is a versatile typeface that is used for headlines and general display work. And I've also seen it being used for small quantities of text as well as advertising designs. Now, one of my Facebook friends uses it for their branding and their logo and everything, which is actually pretty neat, which means that you can use it for that sort of stuff. Now, another thing that makes it beautiful is how connected it is. It's slender, it's connected, it's compact as well. But I haven't used it yet, but just because of how I've seen it be used and just how about how it looks, I just had to put it on this video. Now, finally, we have a font that is very weirdly named Banch Crypts. Did a German or a Russian come up with that name? I don't know. It's very hard to pronounce. But I use this font for one thing and one thing only: small body text. That is its strength. Small body text. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I will want to make a design and I will have great fonts for large pieces of text like headlines to grab your attention, but then when it comes to body text, I can't find something useful and I don't want to use default fonts like Arial. Don't use Arial. I don't want to use the type of fonts. But then I was just scrolling through some font websites, and then I saw this font. It is like it's like it works. It works whether it's a description, contact details, or just any form of small body text. This font, I'm not even going to try again. This font is a must-have for any designer that works with UI design or any form of design that has small use of small text in it. So yeah, this font link in the description. Now this is a bonus thing. It's not a font, but I recommend you smash that like button if you like all these type of fonts. And if you have any fonts that you know that you want the general public to know about that I didn't mention in this video, be sure to write them down in the comments, and I'll make sure to make a video about those fonts in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'll see you in the next video.